Okay, so let's unpack this.
Right.
For the last several months, we've been watching the sources flow in, and they're painting a picture of a transformation that's so swift, so radical, that the comparisons people are making are genuinely provocative. We're talking about Addis Ababa, Ethiopia's capital.
A city with centuries of history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yet you see people asking, is Addis Ababa actually becoming the next Dubai?
It's a very attention-grabbing analogy, for sure, and it really captures the sheer, almost breathless ambition we're seeing on the ground.
Yeah.
But as you know, our job here is to move past the soundbite and really look at the foundation. What we're witnessing isn't just growth, it's the systematic, very high-stakes reshaping of an entire national capital.
And those stakes, they're quantified by a figure that's, it's just astonishing.
Yeah.
Our sources consistently point to an estimated $20 billion in megaprojects driving this change.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not just significant for East Africa.
No.
That's a global statement. Yeah.
That's absolutely right. And so our mission today is to give you a clear roadmap for this deep dive. We need to unpack that $20 billion figure, look at the specific centerpiece projects that are physically changing the landscape.
Right, the actual construction.
And critically, understand the unique, sort of locally rooted cultural vision that is trying to guide all this hyper-modern development. You wanted to know how an ancient city moves from its historical foundation to becoming, a truly essential 21st century African hub.
And this is the blueprint.
The materials we have synthesized really show the blueprint, yeah.
Let's start with the money. I mean, $20 billion. In a city like Addis Ababa, this suggests less of an upgrade and more of an urban revolution. What makes this round of investment different from, previous periods of growth?
I think the key word here is coordination. This isn't just opportunistic building.
Right.
The sources suggest this is a deliberate multi-year program aimed at what they call completely reimagining its urban fabric.
Reimagining the fabric.
The investment, while it's partially bolstered by some targeted foreign investment, is largely state-driven. And that signals a really powerful political consensus that this transformation is, non-negotiable for future national growth. It's an internal restructuring of a massive, dense metropolis, all executed with centralized intent.
So if the funds are largely state-backed, what is the clear strategic deliverable here? What is that $20 billion buying beyond just, beautiful new buildings?
It's geopolitical positioning. It really is. Addis Ababa already has this massive diplomatic advantage, right? It hosts the African Union headquarters.
Of course.
This development is explicitly strategic. It's about fortifying its status as Africa's undisputed diplomatic capital. It's moving it from just a ceremonial center to a genuine economic and political powerhouse.
So it's about influence.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the vision is to create a capital that is resilient, digitally connected, and technologically advanced enough to command both economic and political influence across the entire continent.
I think the biggest challenge for listeners just trying to picture this is the sheer speed of the development.
It's incredible.
Our sources captured that palpable urgency perfectly, saying that the cranes dotting the horizon in 2025 are not just constructing buildings, they're building a new future for an ancient city.
And that speed, it's necessitated by that strategic urgency. Look, Addis Ababa faced chronic urban challenges, notorious congestion, pollution, overstretched utility.
Right, basics.
To leverage its diplomatic status, it has to solve these core functional problems first. So this construction boom is basically a race to establish world-class infrastructure that can compete for global investment dollars, placing the city on par with hubs in the Middle East and Asia. The goal isn't just catching up. It's pulling ahead in the race for African supremacy.
That makes the pace much clearer. It's responding to immediate necessity and long-term ambition at the same time. Okay, so let's pivot from the macro vision and get into the actual construction sites.
Let's do it.
When we talk about reimagining the urban fabric, what single project is the clearest manifestation of this $20 billion vision?
Without a doubt, the centerpiece, the linchpin of this whole transformation is the Addis Ababa Riverside Green Development.
Okay.
This thing is huge. It's not a single construction site. It's a multi-phase, massive urban regeneration effort stretching across the city's main waterways.
So for those who might be unfamiliar with Addis's geography, what was the state of these riverbanks before this, and what's the ambition now?
Before, these river corridors were largely neglected, they were often polluted, and many informal settlements had sprung up along them just due to a lack of planning.
It's a real problem.
A critical functional issue that needed solving is how the sources describe it. The regeneration effort's purpose is to completely transform these waterways, turning them into modern, high-value, mixed-use corridors. So think new pedestrian zones, parks, cultural installations, and commercial space built right along the water.
It's a classic global maneuver then.
It is. Reclaiming and centralizing a neglected natural asset to increase both aesthetic appeal and, of course, property value.
That sounds essential for quality of life, but I'm curious, how does cleaning up a river help attract a multinational corporation?
Because it works hand in glove with the next phase of the plan, creating purpose-built hubs for international investment.
Oh, no.
The projects are systematically designed to be magnets for high-end commerce. We see this in the development of new smart city districts, luxury towers, and high-end commercial centers. These are not just generic office parks.
No.
They are explicitly designed to meet the aesthetic and logistical standards required to draw global business and top-tier talent away from competing continental capitals.
I'm curious about the smart city aspect. That term gets, it gets used a lot.
It